Alright y'all, so welcome back to another video. So I got this AJ Brown jersey. Let me place it right here, probably I can see it better. Got this AJ Brown jersey. He actually doesn't even play in Tennessee anymore. He won a Super Bowl in Philly last season. Really good size though, a men's 2XL, and I figured just to take the right buyer to pick this up. And only spent $1 or so at the bins. It sold within couple months now this football season for 20 plus shipping. Alrighty, so this is a Lululemon headband. Focus in. There it is. But anyway, on this particular day, I found two of these. I kept one and gave the other one away. This is my first time ever finding a headband. I didn't really know that there was a ton of value in these, but again, I'm at the bins all day when I go, and so I looked it up and found out that you could sell these for somewhere between 10 to 15 bucks. And this one sold probably for under a month for 13 plus shipping. Just so the theme of this morning, I'm selling a lot of football stuff. I mean, granted that football season is basically here. This is a Nike Oakland Raiders full zip hoodie. It's a women's small. And I want to say that I picked this up in Oregon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I did. But anyway, it came from the bins. And there, I think the bins is what, $1.59 per pound at the time that I bought this. So probably, maybe it cost like $1.75, maybe $2 max. It sold for 15 plus shipping. So these are some Carhartt work shorts. Found these 2 weeks ago down at the bins, and probably these are probably about $1.50, $2, and they sold to somebody right here in Tennessee for, I believe, 16 bucks plus shipping. So my teams that I would usually find used to be obviously the Ducks, the Beavers, the Blazers, the Mariners, and the Timbers. Those were some of the main Oregon teams. And now here in Tennessee, I find the Titans, the Volunteers, Vanderbilt, and I think they're as a college here, Belmont. I'm not too familiar with it, but I have sold quite a bit of their stuff. This one is a Vanderbilt t-shirt, and it's champion. Usually these don't sell for a ton of money, but it's a part of my system and what I pick up. Usually I can pick these up for 50 cents, sell them for 8, 9, 10, 12 bucks. Been doing that for years, and so now my teams have just changed. This came from the bins, 50 cents. It sold for 8 bucks plus shipping. The only thing I have from a customer service front to take care of this morning is this return. This is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort. It's like a plaid button down, and this one sold for, I want to say 20 plus shipping, and it came back for does not fit. So I put the measurements in all of my photos. I usually do the pit to pit and also the length, but sometimes sometimes they may not even look through all the pictures. I've noticed that in my experience. But sometimes even if they see the measurements and think it'll fit, sometimes you just get the item and it just doesn't work out. And I'm guessing that's what happened in this situation. So I got to get this process, get put back away, and I'm assuming that this should, especially with fall right around the corner, I don't think I'll have it too much longer. Alrighty, y'all. So this is my first morning home after 2 extremely long days in Nashville. So I was there 2 days ago. I was there yesterday all day long, so I stayed up until the last rotation, and usually by the time that happens, you're basically cooked from digging all day, researching all day, new items that you have looked up. So the clothes behind me, the top back needs to be put away. There's another stack behind me that needs to be listed. So when I come home on the days that I come from the bins, I don't waste any time unnecessarily doing things that could be put off into the next day. On those days, I'm typically only looking to do photography for the next morning, and also getting items shipped so the postman can have something to pick up, and not doing any retail arbitrage right now. We're going to the zoo tomorrow, and so I think I'm gonna try to stop by maybe a couple of Rosses on the way back home. And also I've cut my bins days down, like I was telling you guys, down to 2 days. This was my first week doing that, and I was kind of a little bit kind of skeptical about it, but it worked out perfect. I found 180 items in both days, and I think I only spent like 237 bucks. So I averaged about 90 items per trip, and they were decent items. It wasn't trash or anything that I didn't think that I could sell. So I think that's going to be a better system versus driving 3 days there and back, an hour and 15 minutes one way. I was talking to my wife. She thinks it worked better from her perspective, just kind of being here in it. And so now I'm home for the next 5 days. I think I'm going to use this time to obviously process the inventory that I picked up. And also try to maybe do some online arbitrage and then maybe find some other sourcing outlets while I have the next, handful of days to try to figure a lot of other stuff out. So this is a Lowe's home improvement work shirt. And probably my two best companies that I like picking up is Walmart and T-Mobile. I like picking up the Walmart vests, the Walmart polos. Those usually sell for right around $15 for the polos and usually $20 to $25 on the vest, and they usually sell pretty quick. I like picking up most of the T-Mobile stuff as well. I do the best with probably the quarter zip fleeces and the jackets. I just sold one, I believe, for $20 or $25 plus shipping. But anyway, this came from the bins, only maybe 50 cents, dollar max. It sold for $9 plus shipping. These weren't any items that I found this week at the bins, but I thought this would be cool to show because I found these 2 weeks ago and they were both in the same bins. So these are, it's a hoodie and a jacket. So it looks like it's a player issue hoodie, number 79 for the Volunteers. And anytime you can find team specific or player issue stuff, it's usually really valuable. That's the hoodie. This is the windbreaker. You guys know I'm a Duck fan, but the orange is pretty clean. Actually, my wife actually loves the color. But you can tell it's from the same player, and I obviously can't find anything exactly like these, but I have seen items that are similar as far as player issue stuff that's sold on eBay. So I found a Tennessee Volunteer. It was a player issue baseball jacket. It sold for $250. And so I think I have the hoodie priced at, I want to say $150 or $199. I'm almost for certain the jacket's priced at $150. So I figured I'd show you guys this and report back and let you know if it sells close to asking or if it ends up being similar to the Mike Vrabel jacket situation where it didn't quite sell for what I had it listed for. So these were actually two items that I found on my trip this week. I found both of these 2 days ago. So this is a Yankees, just a pinstripe, majestic baseball jersey. And I literally found the same jersey about a month ago. It sold right away. I want to say for like right around 35, 40 plus shipping. And so I knew right away kind of what the profit would be in this. But this right here was kind of a dark horse. So this one was laying on top of the bins. And you got to really know sports to kind of be able to capitalize on some of the items that you just find when you're outsourcing. So this is a John Wall. It's his draft night t-shirt. And so it's not quite vintage according to the 20-year rule. This was the first overall pick in 2010. And so I figured I'd pick it up, sell it for $10-15 and only paying 50 cents for it. Still a good margin. But I did some research and this kind of caught me off guard. So literally these are selling for 50 plus shipping all day. There's not a ton of them out there. I think the last one sold not too long ago. I think it was like $49 or something like that. So this ended up being one of the better items that I found yesterday. And I was just picking it up, just hoping to make, sell it for $10-12 and maybe this be a $8 to $10 profit. Alright, y'all, so I'm home, I'm fresh, and I figured I was just going to give you guys an update or a rundown on some of the things that I have going on this morning. And now I'm just going to run to a close as far as getting items put away, getting the rest of these items shipped, getting items listed, and then just kind of be able to soak up some time outside after 2 extremely long days. So I appreciate you guys for coming along with me. If you got anything out of the video, like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you guys right back here on the next one. Succeed.